quay kìa.
Microphone check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Morning, testing. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Aquatic Centre has been a real windfall for Singapore in terms of gold medals from swimming. 11 gold medals so far, including 5 of 6 yesterday, and what was a near perfect day 3 of competition. Well, there are 6 individual events today, culminating with the relays that will happen in the evening sessions, and heats in the morning includes a final as well, a timed final in the women's 800 meters freestyle. The start list for heat number 1 of the men's 200 meters individual medley includes Pang Shengjin of Singapore, who clocks the second fastest time this year in Southeast Asia, and Lionel Koo, the breaststroke specialist who just missed out on the medals a couple of nights ago, is also included in the 200 IM for the first time at the Seagames. Gerald Koh joins me, and you surprised with the inclusion of Lionel in this event?
A little bit, but obviously he's a breaststroke specialist. So as we spoke about earlier, you know, we found out that actually breaststrokers make very good individual medley swimmers as well, given that breaststroke's the slowest leg of that race, and that's when you know, can make a big difference in terms of a good breaststroker and someone that's the weaker stroke in.
Well, Pang Shengjin has had near misses in his career in terms of bagging that individual gold medal. He has won gold medals in the relays in his Seagames career. He is, of course, the Singapore team captain, men's team captain, alongside Joseph Schooling. And in terms of individual medalists, he is right up there, Shengjin, with, I believe, a silver medal that he has won, and a bronze medal too. It all came in 2015, and this year a near miss recently in the 400 meters freestyle. Jesse Kung Lacuna, who himself has got a couple of silvers and a couple of bronze medals in his individual career in the SEA Games, and 2 medals as well in the relays. So heat number 1 of day 4's morning sessions starts with the 200 meters individual medley for men. The hot favorites, at least the fastest time, from this year belongs to Triadi Fauzi, but there's also a certain Keaton Nutapong, who's already a gold medalist and a 2011 champion in this event, who will be in the field and in Heat 2. So getting off to a very good start in the butterfly is actually Lionel Koo of Singapore, who will turn, well, actually Lacuna of the Philippines. We're not surprised by it. The butterfly and the freestyle, his favorite of the 4 strokes here.
The other thing that we spoke about as well, usually you don't see backstrokers and breaststrokers. You don't see swimmers being good at the backstroke and breaststroke at the same time, and I think that's a case in point as you look at this right now. You can see that Lionel Koo has been taken over by most of the other swimmers, but watch the next leg, right? That's his specialty. He's going to swim flow past probably the rest of the field in the next lap.
And we're not surprised that Tran Du Khoi has led after the halfway stage, because he is a backstroke specialist, having finished 4th yesterday in the 200 meters backstroke. He was a silver medalist in this event in 2015. In fact, it's Pang Xingjin in the breaststroke making his move now, and if he hits the turn going into the freestyle for the final 50 meters, it'll mean that most likely Xingjin will be taking this heat. Lionel, with those long stroke cycles, perhaps knowing it's a heat, saving himself a little bit and probably quickening his strokes for the final in itself as they head into the freestyle leg, and probably the 4 of them will qualify for the final this evening. There are only 9 swimmers in 2 heats, so only 1 will be eliminated, and these 4 swimmers will fancy themselves for a shot in the finals. It will be Pang Xingjin. As I said, if he turns on the breaststroke leg ahead, he will be winning this heat, and sure enough he does. Tran will come in 2nd spot, just ahead of Lionel Koo of Singapore, and Jesse Kung Lacuna finishing in 4th spot. But most likely these 4 swimmers will be in the final this evening, led of course by Singapore's Pang Xingjin. And there are high hopes that this might be the night where Xingjin breaks his individual gold medal drought at the Sea Games.
He looked really comfortable there, especially on the freestyle. You could see that he took his, he was taking his foot off the pedal towards the last 25, and he just glided into the wall. But he's still not too far away from his best time. I think his best time is like 2:04. His personal best is 2:04, 2:03, and he did a 2:05, right? So I think he's got a lot left in the tank for tonight's events.
So Xingjin and Lionel, in his very first Sea Games taking part in this event, he actually won the ASEAN University Games, Lionel Koo, and the 200 meters individual medley. That probably got him the passport for the Sea Games. You look at Lionel during that breaststroke leg as well, Gerald. He did look very comfortable and really going through the motions more than anything. I'm sure that he's going to be picking up his stroke cycle this evening when it comes to the finals.
I think he would. The 200 individual medley is actually a sprint of four different strokes, right? It's not like the 400 individual medley where you still have to pace yourself out. And because you're using different muscles in the 200 individual medley, all 4 different strokes, you can afford to sprint every single lap, because you don't tire out as quickly as you do, let's say, in a 200 meter freestyle where you're doing 4 laps of the same stroke. So to answer your question, yes, probably this evening when we see Lionel do the breaststroke leg, he's probably going to have to